Hello guys, welcome to the 2024 quarterfinals. Myself and Ant are here to take you through our suggested layout for how to attack the 2024 individual and age group quarterfinal workouts. And then we're going to quickly go through each workout and just make sure you're aware of some kind of potential loopholes in each workout to make sure that when you execute your attempt, you're giving it your best attempt possible. Ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
First thing we need to think about is the order of workouts. Now this is going to depend on how you typically normally train. So if you're someone who trains once a day versus someone who trains twice a day, you're gonna have different options here. So let's start with those who are training typically once per day. And what I wanna say here is that it's really important when you execute these workouts, you try to stick to the typical pattern that you would normally follow in your training week. So if you're someone who typically rests on a Thursday, you train Friday, Saturday, you rest on a Sunday, and you train on Monday, remember that your body has developed a rhythm there. So if we start trying to do these workouts on days like a Thursday and a Sunday, you may not feel at your physical and mental best. So now's probably not the best time to change anything else. So try to stick to your normal patterns as much as you possibly can. So let's quickly talk about those who train once a day. You have a few options here. What you could do is on a Thursday, you could do workouts 1 or 2. Technically on a Thursday, you could actually do any of the workouts. Just got to remember the submission deadline window. So if you're living somewhere else around the world, not in the US, make sure you're doing your time conversion to Pacific time and make sure you are getting the workouts done before those submission deadline. Workout 1 and 2 has to be submitted first for Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, and then workouts 3 and 4 before Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. But if you're doing workouts on a Thursday, you technically have the choice of doing any workout you want. We'll talk about a suggested order of execution. Friday, kind of same thing, but this is where it gets a little bit more important that you've got to make sure you've got 1 and 2 done. Saturday, again, workouts 1 or 2. And then when we move on to Sunday now, you'll do workouts 1 or 2, as long as it's before 5 p.m. Pacific time, or really you're doing workouts 3 and 4. Same for Monday. And then Tuesday, you do have an opportunity to repeat workouts as long as it's done and submitted before the submission deadline. Anything to add on that, Ant?
No, I guess it's just every time you're talking about that, I guess we're talking more to the crowd in Asia, which is going to be an early morning time for you guys. For us in Hong Kong here, it's going to be around 8 a.m. So if people want to do those workouts 1 or 2 on Sunday, it's got to be before the 8 a.m. mark. And if it's on the Tuesday, again, same. Like Ed said, just make sure that you get the necessary workouts done within the correct submission window.
Okay, let's move on to those who are doing 2 sessions a day. You got lots of options here. So technically you could be doing one of the workouts in the morning and one of the workouts in an afternoon session if that's what you're used to doing, is what your body is used to doing. So let's go through a couple of options here. Of course, you do have Thursday as options here as well. Sorry, I missed that out on this, but you can be doing Thursday AMs and PMs. Again, stick to your normal rhythm as to when you do your workouts. But you could technically get all 4 workouts done on a Friday and Saturday, and then that would give you the option of on a Sunday, as long as it meets the submission deadline, potentially repeating workouts 1 and 2, or then Monday and Tuesdays, basically just having that as options to repeat workouts 3 and 4. Or of course, you can kind of just spread these workouts out. But the reason we have asterisks over Friday AM and PM, the 1 and 2, is because you've got to make sure you get those things done, those ones done. Those who are training 2 times a day, you've got plenty of options in terms of how you execute the workouts. Now, anything to add on that, Ant?
No.
Okay, next, let's just talk about order of execution. So what we mean by this is, we've got 4 very different tests here. We have, workout 4, which is a heavy strength test. We have workout 1, which is going to be a moderate, heavy kind of strength endurance-based test. We got workout 2, which is going to be a very leggy but very aerobically challenging workout. And then you got workout 3, which is probably going to be the least aerobically challenging workout, but very taxing on the upper body in terms of absolute strength or muscle endurance, depending on how these movements fare for you. So there is a kind of suggested order of execution here. Obviously, there will be individual nuances. For example, if a load is just too heavy on one of the workouts, then we might not prioritize that as one we want to focus on, and instead we might just focus on a workout that we know we can do well in. But here is just a general framework to think about. For those who are doing 1 session a day, on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we would recommend starting with workout 1 first, which is generally going to be the heavier workout, a little bit less taxing on the nervous system. And then workout 2, which is very low barrier to entry, everyone can go hard in that workout. We would recommend doing that one second. And then for those who are going to be doing one session a day, on Sunday, Monday, we would actually recommend starting workout 4 first, which is a heavier clean and jerk workout, and then finishing the weekend with workout, or finishing this whole this whole competition with workout 3. Anything to add there, Ant? Okay, if those are doing 2 sessions a day, again, you've got lots of options here, and you can potentially be repeating a lot of these workouts. But as a general flow, we would recommend starting with workout 4, the clean and jerk workout first, followed by workout 1, the snatch, row, box step up, and then followed by workout 2, the aerobic assault, and then finishing with workout 3. Now, what I will just say here is that workout 2 and workout 3 can be a bit interchangeable. Because workout 2, the wall ball box jump over, probably the least amount of kind of like absolute strength that's required for that workout. It might be better for some of you to actually begin with workout 3, the upper body handstand push-up pulling test, and finish the whole weekend with the wall ball burpee box jump over. And of course, those doing 2 a day, we've got the opportunity to repeat.
Yeah. I think one thing just to add is if you are doing the 1 session per day and you're looking at workout 4 is a heavy one, and you think you can get a few reps at that final barbell, you might actually also want to put that one first as well. You can still get it in the days and the time available on the 3 days. So just another option there as well. If it's something that's like your biggest weakness and you know strength is gonna probably bring you down the leaderboard, you might want to prioritize that one first.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, guys, let's quickly now go through each test. Now there's gonna be lots of different avatars here. So we're just gonna really talk about just some kind of the loopholes here and just things to think about and things that maybe you don't think about when you first look at this workout. So we're gonna start by looking at workout 1, which is our 4 rounds of time. You've got a fight gone bad style workout. And what are just some major things that we need to think about here?
Obviously, the length of each one, you have to work for a minimum of the 1 minute. You can't move on to the next station until the 1 minute is over. Must have 5 feet away from the barbell towards the rowing machine and the dumbbells. And dumbbell box step ups are going to be done at 20 inches as well for both the men and the women, which is thank you, Bosman.
Yeah, I would definitely say that the snatch for a lot of people is going to be a limiter. When you look at like how many reps you could potentially get within each minute, I think for the majority of the world, there is an opportunity to accumulate reps on the row cows and the dumbbell box step overs. And again, step up, sorry. Really would say, really utilize the swinging technique there. And then of course the separator for the better athletes is going to be those who can actually rattle through, big chunks of repetitions on the snatches. Touch and go or singles for elite, and thoughts?
I would do a mixture of both actually, especially because you're coming off a rest minute each time. It depends what grip endurance is like for a lot of people as well. But grip will be challenged for sure during the rowing and the dumbbell box step ups. It won't feel terrible on the snatches, but it will of course add up. I would personally probably start with a touch and go set. Doesn't have to be a big one just because it's touch and go, even if it's anywhere between 2 to 5 reps. Get the ball rolling, move straight into like methodical singles from there. And
I would just say like that is only an option if you are someone who probably has a 225 or a 155 pound plus snatch, where this is a relatively light percentage relative to your 1 rep max. If this is the heaviest load, we're talking about 70% or more, then probably singles right from the start is going to be a really smart strategy. Make sure you're practicing transitions in and out of the rower. That's going to be key, because remember, if you are not getting that many snatches, you really want to maximize the amount of cows that you're getting on the rower and the box step ups without creating too much damage for yourself in the next set of snatches.
Yep.
Anything else to add?
If you're short and you're strong, go hard on the snatches, go less hard on the rowing. If you're tall but not so strong, maybe easier on the snatches, go harder on the rowing.
Awesome. Okay, moving on. Workout 2. Okay, 3 rounds of time, 50 wall balls, lateral box jump overs. Okay, I think biggest thing that's worth clarifying is this term lateral burpee box jump overs.
Yeah, so a few things. Lateral burpee box jump over is just a term written down. You can actually face the box if you want. You can be diagonal to the box. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing a burpee on one side of the box and you end up on the other side. It must be a 2-footed jump, so you can't do like a staggered jump up. but you can have a staggered landing, and you must step down if you're jumping onto the box. If you clear the box, of course, there's no step down required, but otherwise, if you're jumping on top of the box, you have to step down. So even if you're on round 3 in the last 5 to 10 reps, don't start to then pick up your cadence and start jumping off the box and losing reps. So just like we were introduced, was it 2-3 years ago, the box jump over, step down, keep it the same there with the burpee box jump over, and then with the step down off the edge.
Yeah, so I would just say that this is a lot of repetitions. I think 150 wall balls, a lot of athletes are used to doing that amount of volume in a workout, but 150 burpee box jump overs at a 24 and 20 inch box, that is going to be definitely a challenge. Obviously the step down is going to make this very much a grind. So I think for most of us, having a smart braking strategy on the wall balls and then just methodically continuing to move on the burpee box jumps, that's going to be the goal. For the more elite athletes, of course, your braking strategy is going to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of you're going to brake less and then just holding a slightly higher cadence on those burpee box jump overs. That's going to be a separator. I know it doesn't seem like much, but over 150 reps, doing each rep half a second quicker is going to add up to a considerable amount of a gap that one can create on this workout.
For sure.
But yeah, just think, it's a 20-minute time cap for a reason. You're going to be doing these same 2 movements for a really long time. So you need to be staying away from that red line, the point of failure, as much as you possibly can until you're in that final few minutes of the time cap, or you're kind of getting into that final 10 to 15% of this workout where potentially we can pick it up. But anytime before that, we need to be keeping that heart rate down, and effort level should be slowly increasing right up into that last minute, not at any point kind of going too hard and dropping off.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to workout 3. Okay, very much an upper body test here, and any loopholes that we need to be aware of.
Yes, actually there's quite a few here. I think first one is with the age group, guys and gals. Make sure that you guys read your workout, because it's actually different to what the individuals are in between certain ages. So once it gets above 55 or below to I think below 16, I think the workout's slightly different. Strict handstand push-ups and kipping handstand push-ups are different rep schemes and for different rounds. So make sure you guys read your workout description. The most important thing here, I think, for everyone doing the wall facing or chest to wall handstand push-ups, you don't have to start with a wall walk. So you can kick up in like a cartwheel style if that's something that you've practiced. I would definitely practice that myself. I know I'm comfortable doing that because that's what I started doing it with. But just avoiding doing that entire wall walk is just going to save you massively as well. So I think that's a major thing to think about there.
Yeah, I just say that it's a continuous workout of pulling and pushing. So, unless you are elite at these 2 movements where going on broken or, a very small braking strategy is realistic, just make sure you are thinking about, being able to execute these reps later in this workout. So what I mean by that is by pushing the first 3 rounds or the next 2 rounds close to failure, and then you're having loads of time left and then just not able to execute those latter movements. That is where people are going to be able to move past and accelerate. So, just with one of these workouts, you got to be a little bit more cautious. You got to make sure you're just really aware of where your failing or dropping off point is, and that you're never really going to that point of no return. So you're always leaving reps in the tank on every single set of handstand push-ups, plenty of reps in the tank. Because remember, even these pulling movements, the toes to bar, the rope climbs, not muscle ups, that's the last thing, they are going to contribute to fatigue to our press. The pecs and lats and triceps are all doing a lot of stabilizing in those movements. So there is never really a resting point for your pressing muscles. So just, stay away from failure as much as you possibly can through this workout.
Yep.
Okay, let's go into our final workout. Workout 4, the heavy test of this. Now, of course, first thing I'm going to say is just, this is going to be very different for everyone. For some people, it's just going to be about moving through that first barbell. But for those who know that they can move that last barbell, then this is going to be about preservation of energy to ensure that when you get there, you can execute your reps. Yep. You don't get bonus points for getting there faster. And any loopholes in this workout we need to be aware of?
No, people can help you change the bars. If you want, you got to start 5 feet away. All that regular stuff that we've seen this season, really. I'm just surprised that they put in the same weights for clean and jerks as they did the snatches, I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But again, just more inclusive, and it's no reason it's going to be any easier. So it just means you got to go a bit faster and harder. Okay, team, that's a wrap. Good luck to everyone who's taking part in the quarterfinals. It's an amazing achievement that you've gotten this far. Have a lot of fun with these workouts. Really think about how you want to lay these workouts out
well ahead of time. Don't just kind of get excited and get into the gym and start doing things. Make sure you have things like heat times, or if you're doing it in an affiliate and classes, make sure you know exactly when you're going to go and you're preparing your workout, your preparation exactly, so you can run and smoothly just go in and execute this workout. The more you can control in a competition like this, and the more you're aware of ahead of time, the better you're then able to execute. And any last thoughts?
I think just read the movement standards, because there are small things in there. Like I said, the age group things are definitely something to think about if you're in one of those categories. Read the small print, read it all, even if it's 5 times. Get your coach to read it as well, and just make sure you finalize and square everything away before you think about starting that camera. And good luck to all of you.